Hey, Bubba. Obviously, missed tackles for the team has been a big, subject all season for you guys, and an area where if you guys had did a better job of that, you'd probably have a couple more wins. Can you just talk about what that process sort of been like to this point of the season, trying to get those things corrected, trying to, as Coach said yesterday, trust your training versus, sometimes guys trying to go for the big hit or the big play.
Yeah, that's been a point of emphasis. Since the start of the season, it's tackling, especially now after we've seen this past game. It's been a key emphasis. More, man on man, actual tackling instead of tackling a little bag or whatever like that. Just moving our feet and kind of just squaring up people and getting the right feel for it instead of tackling the bag, which is not moving. So. That's been a key emphasis, and and pretty much everything has been a key emphasis. We got to just pick up. It hurts us the most because we know what the problem is. That's the main thing. So we just got to fix that, and I think we'll be good.
Were you surprised at all that it got this bad? Because look, teams are going to miss tackles, right? Guys are going to make plays, but
yeah.
Was it surprising at all to you that it's gotten this bad? Was it sort of shocking? Like, man, I can't believe we're still making these same mistakes.
Yeah. Like you said, missed tackles are going to happen in the game. That's football. You can watch NFL football and see the best of the best players missing tackles all the time. But it's the missed tackles that lead to the big plays, the explosive plays that we give up at key moments of the game. That's the part that really hurts. Because, if you say, if we make that tackle in the fourth quarter on that third down, I don't think anybody would be talking about, Miami tackling this, that, and the other. So it's just the key moments, the key times in the game where we, miss a tackle and we score a touchdown. So that's the only thing.
Thanks.
Next, we'll go to Chris Stock. Chris, go ahead.
I would say, after a game coming Sunday, the past 2 weeks that we've had a game, everyone comes in frustrated, mad. But once that Monday comes, we got an off day and we come back Tuesday, everybody mindset on that new week. We're just trying to attack that new week and just get better. So I would say everybody mindset is pretty on task to what we're trying to do and what we're trying to accomplish, and going 1-0 this week. So everybody in the right place, all the coaches in the right place. We just trying to fix little things and go out there and just win a game. So.
Next, we'll go to Susan Miller-Degnan. Susan, go ahead.
Hi, Bubba.
Hi.
You're obviously one of the veteran leaders on this team, and the veteran versus younger players, the younger players now getting more playing time. The issue has come up with the younger guys versus the older guys, and Coach D has told us there were some issues last week and whatever. How is that relationship going now between the younger and older guys? How do you feel as a guy who's a leader and has to be true to all players? What's that like for you, and just what's the situation?
The young guys, they've been there from the get-go. As a freshman, I was a freshman at one point in time, and there's some guys that could be more athletic than the older guy or this, that, and the other. But, football, especially at a college level, is so complex, and understanding just the little things that, maybe a freshman doesn't know. And I think that was the reason to the start of Coach Diaz kind of holding out on freshmen because of situational football, such things like that. But, as time goes on, guys start to progress and, start to get better. So, I'm happy for the young guys. The young guys are playing more. I would say we need it for this team, just to rotate, get guys in, and we got some talent, very talented young guys. So, but me as a leader, I just keep it real with everybody. You got to keep it real with people, especially at college and at this point in the season and the way things are going. If you're a guy that is messing up or something like that, like Coach Diaz says, he got to cut down some reps and give some younger guys opportunities, and that's what he's doing. But as a leader, I keep everybody in a good mindset, and good spirits, and just say go out there and just work and work for your job and just keep going, because we need everybody on this team to keep winning.
And how tough, as a follow, how tough is it for guys like you know, older guys who have paid their dues and been there to see playing time reduced? Do you have to kind of sit and talk to them, or what's the situation there?
Sit and talk to who?
Some of those guys and say, look, you got to do this, this, and this to get more playing time. You know, guys that are frustrated, the older guys.
Oh, I mean, you know, coaches really talk to them, but as a leader, you know, you just got to go out there and just tell them, you know, you got to keep working. That's the main thing. You know, you got to clean up the mistakes. You know, if it's a constant mistake, you got to clean it up and just move forward. You know, move forward with a positive attitude and show the coaches that you're trying to work and try to get better. That's the main thing. But at the end of the day, everybody gonna play. You know, and it's not just the older guys making mistakes. You know, younger guys still make mistakes. Everybody make mistakes. So that's the key thing about it. You know, you can't just pinpoint it on older guys, this, that, and the other. So it's everybody.
Thanks, Bubba.
We'll do two more. Next, David Wilson. David, go ahead.
Hey, Bubba, a couple quick ones from me. Just first, I'm just curious kind of how you would evaluate yourself this season, and maybe, you know, obviously you came back this year, I'm sure hoping to partially, you know, boost your draft stock, stuff like that. Just where you feel like maybe you've gotten better this year, where you still need to get better. You know, especially, it seems like obviously the coaches trust you because you're playing pretty much as many snaps as anyone right now.
You know, I feel like I'm playing good. You know, everybody look at it like, oh, Bubba, you know, you should be playing how you played the first half of the season. You got to realize, you know, once you become a good player in other coaches' minds and other teams' minds, you know, teams start to, you know, game plan around certain players, this, that, and other. So sometimes I would say it's frustrating for me to not be able to make those plays, but, you know, we got other guys out there that can make those plays, you know. You know, if they key in on me, somebody else got to go make that play. And that's all, you know, that's all good for me. You know, I just want to win. That's my main thing. That's why I came back, is to win, to also increase my draft stock. But at the end of the day, more experience, more football for me will better me for the next level. But at the same time, you know, I'm focused on it now, right now, and just trying to get better. But I would say tackling still. That's always the key thing. I missed a few tackles here and there in the games, but at the same time, I would say, you know, I have stepped up, you know, some key tackling too. But overall, I would say, you know, I'm out there, I'm doing good. I'm communicating a lot better, especially, you know, since we got young guys in there. We got to get everybody on the same page. So I'm just going out there doing my part, you know, just trying to be the leader of the defense.
Yeah, following up on that last thing, Manny said he thinks you're like the best communicator back there, and obviously now you're playing a lot with two freshmen. How important has that been for you to kind of get right in that aspect of the game?
I mean, that's been a key thing, especially from the start. You know, I've always been a player that wants everybody to be on the same page. So a key thing with me is just communicating, especially having young guys out there now. I really got to overemphasize that. Make sure we're all on the same page, and you know, make sure we're just going out there and playing the right football and not giving up no stupid plays that, you know, we shouldn't really be giving up. So that's a key thing to me, and I feel like, you know, that's one of my better traits.
And last question from Matt Shodell. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Bob. I was curious. You mentioned that, you know, I guess other teams are game planning for you, but you said that people are saying, I think you said you should be playing how you did the first half of the season. Is that what you said?
First half of the season last year, yeah.
Last year. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. And then just in terms of, you know, these upcoming 6 games, like, what, you know, what's your goal for yourself? Do you want to improve? You mentioned you were tackling. Do you want to improve any specific areas in your own game over these next 6 games? And what do you want to see from yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I always, you know, I want to improve every game. That's the main thing. Never want to stay stagnant and never want to digress, you know. But one thing I really want is to get, you know, some interceptions, you know. Hopefully, you know, that ball come my way, or hopefully, you know, I could be putting I can put myself in a better position to make a play. So those are some things right there that I would say. You know, tackling's gonna come. Tackling will always be there, but, you know, those big time plays they're very limited. So I gotta go out there and try to get some plays like that.
Jared, when you look at, you know, how the defense has started off these last couple games, I guess, how do you evaluate it? What are your takeaways, especially against North Carolina?
I feel like that we need to start off how we finish. We finish off strong. We play hard. We play hard to the end, but I just feel like attention to detail, like tackling. It's a whole lot of things we need to fix, but we're gonna get it right.
What's preventing you guys from getting to those strong starts?
I feel like it's confidence, but once we know that we can play with certain guys, it's like that's when like the motor goes on. That's when we start playing fast. And like once we know what we're doing, everything starts to play in play.
Hey, how is the team's mental and emotional? Emotionally, how are you guys doing with all the pressure on you and on Manny Diaz? Are you staying together as a locker room? What's the attitude?
Of course, no one likes to lose. So we at first we was a little shaken up at first, but of course, like it's a game of football. Like, you guys move on to the next game. Nothing we can do about North Carolina or the games before. We just gotta move on. Like it's a game of football.
You guys practice tackling pretty much every day. Have you guys on defense come up with any explanation why it's been such a problem this year? You guys practice tackling pretty much every day at practice and everything. Have you guys been able to put a finger on why tackling has been such a problem for the defense?
I'll probably say just that we don't run our feet on contact and we tackle a little too high, we aim a little too high. But that's something we can fix. Something that we are fixing.
What type of challenge does NC State's offensive line pose this week?
They run a lot of stretch. They're a big stretch team, inside zone team. So we got to play the stretch well. Stay in our blocks, stay in our gaps. Play hard. That's the main thing. Just play hard. All 4 quarters. Play good football all 4 quarters.
Is this going to be like a big physicality type of game? You think their style of play?
Especially their star O-lineman 79. He does a lot of extra. He does like the extra stuff, like finishing plays, finishing people on the floor. He runs hard, everything. It's gonna be a tough game.
You mentioned confidence. When I asked you about the slow starts, while that happened, you mentioned confidence as part of the reason. I guess what's stopping the confidence from carrying, say, from the second half of the Virginia game into the first half of the North Carolina game? I guess what's breaking it down?
I feel like guys are thinking too much, but yeah, guys are just thinking too much. That's it. I don't know how to explain that. We're just thinking too much. We think too much in the beginning of the game, and once the game goes on, we start to pick up on their tendencies, and that's when we start playing fast.
Jared, more for Jared.
Just you talked to them. They do a lot of stretch plays in their running game. They're 2 backs, 7 and 8. They're running backs. Your thoughts on their running backs? Things that they're doing. What are the challenge in facing them as they run those stretch plays?
Their running backs are big and strong. They get a lot of yards after contact. They run their feet on contact. So they get gritty nitty yards. It's like the yards that you don't see, you don't notice, but really do count.